Welcome to Court Beacon TV, where we shine a light on justice, stay informed, and stay empowered.
But how are you not thinking?
I wasn't thinking about the consequences of what.
But no, I'm like, how are you not thinking about these two children, because they're not your biological children, but you're thinking about your biological children and your stepchild as these are my children, so I'm not going to touch them to put them through that trauma. I'm just trying to understand where you're coming from so I can make an informed decision on whether or not I should send you to prison.
The judge had already read the plea agreement, but she had one question before she made her decision. She wanted to know what the defendant was thinking when he kissed a 7-year-old.
When did court is calling 2020 CR 3796, State of Texas versus Robert Chevalier. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Brittany Mitchell for the state.
Defense?
Jennifer Zarka for Mr. Chevalier.
And are you Mr. Chevalier? All right, you entered a plea to aggravated sexual assault of a child on October 20, 2022. You entered a plea of no contest. According to the plea bargaining agreement, you all need to whisper in the box. According to the plea bargaining agreement, the state is asking that your punishment be assessed at a cap of 15 years. The state is silent on your application. And of course, there's no contact with the complainants in Chapter 62 registration. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report?
Yes.
Any objections to the PSI report, state?
No, Your Honor.
Defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right, the state is silent. Are there witnesses?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you may call your first witness.
Thank you, Judge. I would call Pastor Tim Stoker.
All right, Mr. Stoker, could you come forward, please? Jennifer. All right, if you could raise your right hand for me, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand. Make sure you keep your voice up so that court reporter can hear you. If you could state your name for the record, please.
My name is Timothy Stoker.
All right, and how do you spell your last name?
Stoker.
All right, defense.
Thank you, Judge. Pastor Stoker, and where are you currently employed?
I am pastor at Living Water Fellowship in Pleasanton, Texas.
And is that how you know Mr. Chevalier?
I do know him as a member of our church.
Okay, and how often does he attend church?
We have services regularly twice a week. He attends those almost always, sometimes with special meetings 3 or 4 times a week.
Okay, so is it fair to say he's a faithful parishioner?
Very much so.
Okay, and I work here today. It's a sentencing, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you just hear the court read the charge?
I did.
Okay, so you understand what he has pled to in this case, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and so I'm asking you today, is it your opinion if the court were to grant his application for deferred community supervision, is it your opinion that he could be successful on that?
I do believe so.
And why?
I am watching him over, been a member of our congregation since around 2015. And because of his good rapport, we have seen no signs of anything that would indicate that he has had any inappropriate contact or behavior with children in our congregation, which we do take seriously. And as far as communicating with him personally, I do believe that he is pursuing his faith, his relationship with God. And I believe that that contact and communication, he would be a good candidate for probation.
Is your congregation a supportive environment?
It is a close community. We're not a large congregation, so we're pretty close knit as a spiritual family and community.
And do you believe that continued participation in your congregation would benefit him should the court allow him to be on a deferred community supervision?
I do believe so.
And is there anything else that you would want the court to know today to help her make her decision?
I would say that as a minister, of course, I believe that we all need spiritual guidance and assistance in our life. Robert has shown a humility, a desire to pursue that, to engage with us through this time. I do see him seeking the Lord, and I believe his righteousness as well.
In your congregation, again, should the court grant this, would there always be supervision were any children around at the church at services?
Yes,
So there would not be opportunity for them to be alone with children.
we are very diligent and try to be very diligent in our campus community, as well as even our small group gatherings.
And so, once again, could you give the court your opinion? Do you believe that time in custody or time on a deferred probation would better serve Mr. Chevalier and the community?
I believe as far as us ministering to him with his spiritual desires and need, his faith would be better served to be able to be on probation and be engaged with me as his pastor, the other leadership of the church, as well as the congregation.
And as a pastor, would you commit to assisting him should he be given the opportunity for it?
Absolutely.
And if not, just say the judge decides to go a different way, would you still commit to supporting him?
I will.
No further questions, Judge?
Any questions?
Briefly, Pastor, are you aware that some of the allegations in this case are directed back to meeting the victims at church?
In my congregation,
It just at a church.
at a church, I did attend church with him previous to him being a member of my congregation before I was pastor there. So, yes, I am aware of that knowledge in that context.
Okay, and how long have you been aware of the charges?
Since he called me from the arrest, from the warrant.
No further questions.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much for coming in and thank you for the work that you do. All right, defense, call your next witness.
I would call James Valdez, Judge.
Could you raise your hand for me, please?
Yes,
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
My name is James Valdez.
All right, defense.
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Valdez, how do you know Mr. Chevalier?
I am from church. We've been friends for approximately 12 to 13 years.
And so, and again, you know why you're here today.
Yes,
correct?
ma'am.
And so I'm going to ask you some of the same questions. Do you believe that Mr. Chevalier and the community would be better served with prison time or a deferred community supervision?
Deferred community supervision is the best route for him.
And
And the reason being is that he's already been out. He's not done anything, to the best of my knowledge, anything wrong. He's lived a good life. He's done well. We talk all the time. We hang out for Bible study. Everything he says is good. We never talk about anything bad or wrong or anything in that nature. We're encouraging each other, prayer, reading the word.
so is your relationship, did it come from your church community?
Well, it started there, and then we still just kept it going for all these years. I've known him since Valley High, and ever since he's moved out to the country, we've been just friends for a long time. And I've known his kids from just forever. I mean, since they're like small and stuff, and so it's been really loving. And I tell you what, I love his wife. The family are very nice.
Do you believe that his family is a supportive environment for him should the court grant a deferred community supervision?
Oh, very much so. The family's wonderful. Everybody.
And you talked about him. Do you believe there would be any safety issues for the community should the court grant the community supervision?
There's no safety issues at all. I've never known Robert to be, to be an issue in that area at all. He's always been safe, he's been kind, he's always helpful,
Do you believe he's a productive member of society?
very much so.
And he called you an accountability. Would you tell the court what that?
Well, in terms of accountability, coach, we are accountable to each other. I mean, we read the word, we go through questions, we ask about our families, how we're doing in terms of reading the Bible, living our lives, how we're doing within the community, what have you. And so we really are focused on trying to live a good life. And we've been doing this for years.
And so should he be granted the deferred community supervision, would you be supportive of him in that venture?
Oh, very much so.
And do you believe he could complete it successfully?
Oh, very much so.
And is there anything else you want the court to know today before she makes her decision?
Well, I've known Robert for 12 to 13 years, and it's been wonderful. And I love his family. They've been really good. I mean, even knowing his parents until they passed, just wonderful. They've been kind. They help others in the community, and they are really involved. And I only have known them as doing a lot of volunteer work and doing a lot of caring for others. Literally.
I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Any questions?
No.
All right, thank you so much for coming in and giving me more information about him.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. You can call your next witness.
One further witness, Judge, I would call Jennifer Chevalier.
All right, if you can raise your right hand for me, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, so you can lower your hand. I'm gonna need you to speak up because the court reporter is trying to hear.
Oh,
All right, and to make it easier, because I think your voice is low, if you can move right there.
Right here.
Yes,
Okay.
no, a little bit closer.
Okay.
Thank you, right there.
Okay.
Can you state your name for the record, please?
I'm Jennifer Chevalier.
All right, you may ask your questions.
thank you, Judge. And how do you know Robert?
Well, I've been married to Robert for 21 years and we've known each other 22.
And how many children do you have?
We have two. We have my stepson and then we have our son together.
And how old are your children?
26 and 20,
And are they here today?
Yeah.
Both your sons are here in the gallery, is that right?
and his wife and his fiance.
Okay. And so is it fair to say there are quite a few supporters here for Robert today?
Yes, his brother's here too.
Okay. And so the family that's here, do you believe if the court were to grant the deferred supervision, do you think the family would be supportive of Robert?
Yes.
And do you think everyone in the family would assist him in getting through the requirement of such a probation?
Yes.
And as his wife, you may be a little biased, but do you believe Robert could successfully complete that?
Yes, I do.
And tell the court why.
Oh, well, my husband, I've been by his side all this time, and I know that he is a man of character. I know he loves me. I know he loves God. I know that he would do it for me and for God, that he would want to do the right thing, because he's always wanting to help people. And that's how this situation happened. But anyway, that we want to help people and love people. I think he wants to make a difference.
And with terms of a community supervision like this, there is some intensive therapy and things required. Are you aware of that?
Yes.
Okay. And so knowing that, do you believe that Robert would be committed to doing those things?
Yes.
And do you believe a deferred community supervision is a better way to treat this than sending him to prison? And tell the court why.
Well, he would have the support of his church and me, that I would help him work through whatever issues maybe struggling with. He also has some health issues. I think if he were in prison, he would decline. He has a heart and lung issues. That's my main concern with that. I don't think that would be a supportive environment.
With his health issues, does he regularly seek medical care?
Oh, yes.
And so does he, how frequently would you say he seeks medical attention?
Well, he has a cardiologist who he sees, I think, every 6 months. And he has a pulmonologist that he was seeing. And he's on a CPAP machine. And then he uses inhalers and nebulizers.
Okay, and so today, can you tell the court that you believe he would successfully complete a deferred community supervision should she grant it?
Yes,
And you're fully confident of that?
yes.
Is there anything else you want the court to know today before she makes the decision?
That I love my husband very much. And I'm just gonna try to be there for him and support him in whatever faculties that he needs. Whatever it takes, whatever it's obviously it's in your hands, so it's whatever you grant for him. I think that that he and I will work through this together with God's help.
Any questions?
Just briefly, you said you've been married for 21 years. When did you start dating before you were married?
We started dating February. I have a bad memory. We dated for a year before we got married.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Was it here in Bear County?
Yes.
Oh, Paso, that's right.
Well, no, in Temple. In Temple, Texas.
Okay,
I'm sorry. Yes.
that's okay. That's okay. It was in Temple. Okay, thank you. I'll pass it.
All right, thank you so much for coming and giving me some more insight. Thank you. Any other witnesses?
Mr. Chevalier, is there anything that you would want to say to the court? And before you say it, the court would have to swear you in.
All right, can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, you can lower your hand. State your name for the record.
Robert Chevalier.
Okay. What would you like to say to the court?
I believe that I can I will complete every aspect of probation if granted. I'm at your mercy. And I just pray that you give me grace and allow me to have this opportunity to redirect my path.
All right, I have a couple of questions for you.
Yes.
How old were the complainants in this case?
One he was a year older than my son, and I think he was like 14 and 15,
The other?
7 or 8.
All right. So with regards to the 7 or 8-year-old, I've read the PSI report. I would like to know, what were you thinking when you were kissing the 7-year-old?
I'm not exactly sure what I was thinking. I just know I was in a downward spiral with stress.
So were you doing it to relieve stress?
Possibly.
All right. And if you were doing that to relieve stress, did you do the same with your child and your stepchild?
No, ma'am.
Why not?
They're my boys.
Okay. But these were two complainants that your wife testified to that you were helping.
Right.
All right. And then one of them said that you asked them if you could kiss their penis. What were you thinking when you were asking them that?
I don't think I was thinking, Your Honor.
And according to what I've read, and I always read the PSI report, and I always read the plea agreement and the stipulations, that this was going on for a period of time. Right?
That's right.
So each time these children were invited to your home or asked to come to your home, were you getting excited at the prospect of touching them?
No,
So how did you formulate Okay, these two boys come over to your house. I'm assuming they want to play with your boys. They're spending the night or whatever they're doing. When did you make the decision that you were going to kiss the penis, kissing them, I'm assuming in the mouth with your tongue? When did that formulate in your mind that you're going to do this? And what were your other children doing at the time, your stepson and your other son?
I'm not really sure how to answer that, Your Honor. All I know is I was not in my right mind, basically. I wasn't thinking
But how are you not thinking?
about the consequences of what.
But no, I'm like, how are you not thinking about these two children? Because they're not your biological children, but you're thinking about your biological children and your stepchild as these are my children, so I'm not going to touch them to put them through that trauma. I'm just trying to understand where you're coming from so I can make an informed decision on whether or not I should send you to prison.
I don't know how to answer that.
All right, because what I'm reading here, it says, while in his friend's home, the defendant would attempt to kiss him, but he would always walk away or move his head. On one occasion, the defendant grabbed his arm after he exited the bathroom and attempted to kiss him. On some occasions, the defendant was able to kiss him on the lips by grabbing his chin and holding the back of his neck. The defendant would also attempt to place the defendant's hand inside of his pants, but he was able to stop this by tightening his belt. The defendant only touched the side of his thigh outside of his underwear. The defendant also pinched him when he was wearing pajamas. And of course, it goes on and on about you rubbing his buttocks, grabbing his buttocks. He believes this because he said the defendant also attempted to kiss his buttocks and penis. He believes this because the defendant would be on his knees in front of him and attempt to pull down his pants. So here's my question for you. I know you want deferred adjudication, but why should I give you deferred adjudication?
I believe I can do better.
Well, I mean, everybody over there in the box believes they can do better.
And I want to be able to give to the community I've taken. And I want to be able to give. And to be able to serve. And to just be a better member of society.
And what trauma do you think you caused the complainants in this case? How do you think they're doing today?
I pray they're doing good, but I don't know.
All right,
I'm sure they have some issues.
okay. Any questions, defense?
You said you want to do better. Can you tell the court you would proactively do anything that's asked of you on a community supervision should it be granted?
Absolutely.
Any counseling?
Any counseling, anything.
And would you seek the help of all the people that are here to support you today?
Absolutely.
And is anything like this ever going to happen again?
No,
That's all. And are you asking the court to grant your application for deferred community supervision?
yes, I am asking for a deferred.
No further
Right,
questions.
state.
Mr. Chevalier, how long was your probation in your previous case?
5 years.
And who was the victim in that case?
It was a Boy Scout.
No further questions.
Just very briefly, were you also a Boy Scout at the time?
Yes, ma'am.
And there was some 4 or 5 years age difference, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, but you were also a Boy Scout at the time?
Yes.
No further questions, Judge.
Right, anything else?
No, no.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court's going to find you guilty, sentence you to 15 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's a $1,500 fine, time and money run concurrent. There should be no contact with the complainants or the complainant's family. Showing you what's entitled trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. And the chapter 62 registration is for life. All right, good luck to you.
What do you think the judge should have considered before delivering her decision? Share your thoughts in the comments and stay with us as we break down the full sentencing. He spent decades as a speech pathologist with a clean record and no criminal history. But when investigators searched his home, they found something that would send a 69-year-old man to prison for the rest of his life.
All right, court is calling 2025 CR 001248 State versus Lynn Wayne Moran. Could I have parties announced?
Mantle and Brown State.
Louis Martinez on behalf of Mr. Moran.
All right, and are you Mr. Moran?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you entered a plea of guilty on July 21st, 2025. We were awaiting the PSI report. According to your plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 30 years. There's a $5,000 fine and there are no applications. And there's to be Chapter 62 compliance. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report, state,
Yes, Your Honor.
defense?
Yes, Judge.
Any objections, state or defense?
No objection, Judge.
Not to the PSI, Judge.
All right, and the court is in receipt of documentation tendered to the court by the defense attorney. And it appears to be letters from therapists and from other parties.
Correct, Judge.
All right, the court has reviewed those. State, have you had a chance to review those?
Yes, Judge.
All right, state, any witnesses?
No witness, Judge.
Defense, any witnesses?
Yes, Judge, I've got two witnesses. The first would be Hugh Moran, Mr. Moran's brother.
All right, if you'll step to the side, sir.
They're back against the counter.
All right, could you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand if you'll state your name for the record.
Hugh Moran.
All right, defense, you may proceed.
Hugh, you're Lynn's brother, correct?
That's correct.
And how old are you, Hugh?
I'm 60,
And how old is Lynn?
69.
Now, do you understand what your brother's charged with?
Yes, I do.
And you understand that the plea bargain in this case called for the judge to decide a punishment between 15 years and 30 years.
That's correct.
And so obviously what you're asking the court to do is consider something closer to the 15 years than the
That's
30.
correct.
What kind of, did you have any indications that your brother had gotten involved in this stuff
I had no idea at all.
before his arrest?
No, I had no idea.
Are you telling the court that your brother didn't do this? Are you saying that this is not?
I just didn't know anything about it.
Okay. But
Prior to the arrest, I had no idea.
But in speaking with your brother, he's taking accountability for it, right?
That's correct, yes.
Has he tried to blame anybody else to you
No.
guys?
No,
Has he minimized it or somehow said, hey, look, you know what, this is just a big mistake?
no, not at all. Mm-mm. He's taking full credibility for what he's done.
Okay. And so, I mean, this is not, obviously, this is a very troubling case, right?
Uh-huh, yes,
And you understand that there are real victims when it comes to this material.
as far as I know, I'm not real familiar with it, but.
No, what I'm saying is, I mean, these aren't computer generated images. I mean, there are children that get photographed.
Right,
So,
yes,
so no one's minimizing that.
that's correct.
But prior to your brother's arrest here, what kind of a reputation did he have?
Was hardworking. He's worked in the medical field for 30-something years and, you know, has great friends and been an uncle to my son and everything and had good interactions with him and stuff like that.
How many grandchildren are in your family?
I only have one son,
Yeah.
and he's 30.
And there were never any indications that that Lynn might be doing anything appropriate with the children family?
No,
Yeah, were there,
we have a real small family. I mean, it's down to just me, Lynn, my son now at this point.
but no rumors or whispers in extended family that anything improper had ever happened?
No clue, no idea. Hadn't heard anything like that at all, ever.
And so when he got charged with this was just a complete and total shock,
It was a complete, total shock to me. Yes, that's correct.
because this really is not consistent at all with the Lynn that you've known for your
That
life.
is correct. Yes, yes, sir.
And so in talking to your brother, you said your brother took responsibility, right?
Mm-hmm, yes.
And he made it known to you that he's been hiding this part of his life from
Oh,
everybody else.
yes, uh-huh.
Now, you said your brother worked in the medical field.
That's correct.
What kind of work was he doing?
He was a speech pathologist.
Okay.
Mhm,
And he worked with both adults and children.
that's correct.
And were you aware of any kind of complaints or any reports of impropriety?
He'd had a clean record, worked there forever, no problems, no write-ups or anything.
And the pre-sentence report in this case indicates that he doesn't have a criminal history. Is that consistent
That's
with what
correct,
you know?
yes. He's never been in trouble at all.
And so your brother's 69 years old.
Mhm.
And how is his health? Let me ask you.
I know he has diabetes, a little bit of asthma, and he's got arthritis.
So I mean, health issues that are consistent with a man his age.
Right, correct. That's correct.
And now what you're asking, understand that if the court were to give something closer to the 30-year sentence, at your brother's age, he's likely not.
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay. And so despite these, the troubling nature of the accusations and the activity, you're asking the court to give him something closer to the minimum, something that would allow him at least some life expectancy when he gets out.
That's correct.
Now, I talked about the plea bargain that was a cap of 15 years, essentially anything between, cap of 30 years, anything between 15 and 30 years. Okay. Is there anything unfair about that range of punishment?
I'm not real familiar with this, but I would feel that, the fact that he's never been in trouble before, that they could possibly give him closer to the 15.
Okay.
Yes.
So what I'm saying is, given the nature of the activity, it's not unfair to see him going and doing prison time, right?
Right.
Okay. I mean, you're not happy about that.
No.
You wish there were another way, right?
Sure.
But you understand that him being punished this way it is fair and it's appropriate.
That's correct. Yes.
I'll pass witness.
Any questions? All right, thank you so much for
Thank
coming in. All right, call your next witness.
Lynn Warren.
All right, could you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Do.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Wayne Moore.
All right, you may proceed, counsel.
Lynn, in looking at the PSI, it looks like you've never had any criminal history. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. And so the first time you wind up in court is for something serious like this.
Yes, sir.
I'm looking at the PSI and it looks like you acknowledged guilt in this case.
I did. I am guilty.
And have you ever denied, since the time of the arrest, have you denied to me or anybody else that you were guilty?
No.
Lynn, if you're a man of your age with no criminal history, how did you get yourself involved with this material?
I became addicted first to pornography, and it led to me going to more, as I chased what they call dopamine, something I've learned in my 12-step programs.
Okay.
I started doing more edgier and edgier stuff until I crossed the line.
Mhm.
And I just, once I did that, I got hooked on a very perverse medium, but it was the medium I was addicted to.
Right. So there was some testimony that you worked as a speech pathologist.
That's correct.
And did you work with both adults and children?
I did.
Did you ever do anything inappropriate with any of those children?
I did not.
Did you ever do anything inappropriate with any of those adults?
Oh, I took care of them. I did nothing inappropriate with either one.
Okay. Never any complaints, or you were never fired from one of those jobs for anything inappropriate?
Sorry.
Okay, so even though you were dealing with these addiction issues, thankfully it didn't spill out into the physical world.
That's correct.
Okay. Since the arrest, have you taken any measures to deal with your addiction?
I have. I've joined a 12-step program that's called SPAS, Sex and Porn Addicts Anonymous.
Okay, and so there are 12-step programs for those sorts of addictions.
There are.
Okay, and are they? And I'm not going to ask for anyone's identity, obviously, but are they sparsely attended, or are there actually significant amounts of people that are in them?
They sometimes have as many as over 70 people. They do a Zoom meeting.
Okay.
And the one I go to is on the West Coast.
Okay.
And it has a very good attendance. And, it helps us to kind of deal with the, just like the AA 12-step model. They lead us through how to find relief, or, to be able to
live without this.
live with, to learn how to manage it and
Yeah.
not let it rule my life.
Okay, and so in doing so, in these 12-step programs, I mean, they refer to staying away from these things as sobriety, correct?
Yes,
Okay, just like we talk about with drug and alcohol issues of sobriety there.
yes.
Okay. And to this point, how many days have you been sober?
I have well over 400 days of sobriety since
Okay.
I joined the spa group. I had one relapse, and that was they violated their no self-love, no masturbation.
Okay. And then, so do you journal as part of that 12-step program?
I do, just to log it and to help keep me aware of how much sobriety I've obtained.
Okay. And to date, how many days have you been able to log?
It's over 400, 403 as of yesterday.
And Judge, I'm going to tender to the court, not for the reading of it, but just to substantiate that he's logged it.
Yes.
His journal that has 403 entries. So we're not asking I've checked with the state, we're not asking the court to read it, just to confirm he's done that. In addition to that 12-step program, have you seen a counselor?
I have,
Okay, and did we get a letter from that counselor?
yes, I believe it was in the packet
Okay.
that I gave you or that you gave to the court.
And that's what we tendered over to the court for the court's
I
inspection.
believe he was, yes, yes, sir.
In addition to that, were there letters from people who know you?
There were
Okay.
longtime friends and a gentleman who had been working with me on the 12-step programs.
Okay. And I would assume that you are appreciative that these people have stuck by your side.
I am. That's remarkable.
And I mean, you understand the gravity of this offense.
Most definitely.
You understand why it's illegal.
I do.
And you're not saying that this is not a big deal or a victimless crime or anything to that effect, are you?
Not at all.
You, as part of the deal and part of the conviction on this offense, you are going to have to be registered as a sex offender if and when you ever do leave prison.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you intend to keep up with your treatment and sobriety even after you're released?
Yes, sir.
And
I want to maintain sobriety. I don't want to ever go back into this at all.
okay. And it does look like the measures you've taken have helped you to maintain that.
They help me keep sober and keep my focus and not stray into perversity. And
Okay. In addition to that treatment, what kind of health issues do you have?
I have diabetes, and I have some mild hypertension and occasional asthma and arthritis.
Okay. Are you on any kind of medications right now?
I have several medications that I take,
Okay.
both for diabetes and for my hypertension.
Okay. And all those are listed in the PSI, correct?
It should be, yes.
Now, Lynn, what are you asking the court to consider in this case?
I'm guilty, so I understand that there needs to be consequences for that, but I just ask that they be reasonable, that you take into the fact that this is my first offense. I've lived a good life. I've worked a good job, tried to take care of people who have disorders, help them to get better.
Let me stop you there. You've
Okay.
been on bond for quite a while in this case.
I have since February or March of last year, I think.
Okay. And we've had no bond violations or issues with that.
I'm sorry.
You've always showed up to court when you needed
I
to.
have shown up.
Okay.
Done my due diligence.
And so you're asking the court to consider something closer to the 15-year range.
I think that would be fair. That would be in keeping with
Okay.
what I've done.
But I mean, you understand that prison time is appropriate in this case.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I understand.
You're
There's a
not-
consequence for bad actions.
Okay.
Breaking the law.
I'll pass the witness.
Any questions?
Mr. Ryan, when did you start seeing a therapist for your issues?
Right after I was arrested, or they had searched my home, I realized that I was in trouble and I needed to take care of my problems. So I saw a therapist first just for emotional disorder, and then I was referred to a sex therapist, certified CSAT, I believe is what.
And when you were looking at this material, you said you started out with pornography, but then you started getting into other things, and that other things included child pornography, correct?
That's correct.
And when you were searching for this information on the internet, you had to learn all of the new terms and all of the ways to look this stuff up. It's not just widely available, right? You have to have the right terms, correct?
Well, you kind of have to know where to look, yeah, and the search, the search parameters.
So you use Bing and Chrome on most of those searches?
Not Bing or Google or whatever the search engine was.
Among the things you searched for, that included sex tourism child. Is that accurate?
I did look at that. I just to see what that was.
Possibly.
Other questions?
All right, thank you. I'll hear brief argument. State.
Judge, the content of this defendant's electronic devices, this wasn't minimal casual viewing. This wasn't a one-off. This was intentionally collecting material of not one child, not two children, hundreds of children. There were over 800 images identified, and a estimate of what was probably on that device was 1,200 images of child pornography. In addition to those images of child pornography that were found, tagged, and identified, when the officers searched his home, they identified a book that was signed, had something to the effect of someone with similar interests. It was titled The Bad Girl, and it described grooming and sexual abuse and exploitation of children. Judge, it's a horrendous offense. The punishment range is what it is for a reason. I would ask the court to follow the plea agreement sentence under the max 30 years.
All right, defense.
Judge, I mean, there's no excusing this behavior. And as Mr. Warren himself has told you, prison time is appropriate. But we do, I'd ask the court to consider the fact that he is pushing 7 years old. He has no previous history. He has health issues. And whatever the court gives him, the vast majority of his life expectancy is going to be spent in prison. The reality of it, Judge, is that we have people in this county that are on probation who have admitted to touching children. We have people deferred in this county who have engaged in possession of child pornography. And while that wouldn't be appropriate in Mr. Warren's case, we'd ask the court to consider the 15 years. I mean, 15 years is not 15 months. It's not a year. It's not probation. And it's an aggravated offense, so he's going to do the vast majority of that 15 years. Given the circumstances in this case, the fact that Mr. Warren very quickly after being discovered got into treatment, has stayed away from this, and has maintained his sobriety in this case, we're asking the court to consider giving him 15 years in this case.
All right. Mr. Moran, I want you to know that I've listened to everything that your attorney has said. I reviewed the documentation, and I think it's great that you're on the path that you're on, and I hope that you stay on the path. But this was a lot of images and a lot of searching for images. The court, as previously stated, is finding you guilty. The court is going to sentence you to the 30 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's a $5,000 fine, time and money to run concurrently. There'll be Chapter 62 registration. Did you review the trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it?
I'm sorry, say it again.
Did you review the trial court certification?
Whether or not you have a right to appeal.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you need an explanation of what that means, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right. Good luck to you.
What do you think the judge got right in this sentencing? Drop your thoughts in the comments and stay with Court Beacon TV for more courtroom breakdowns.